everyone. Welcome to Unapologetically Badass Podcast. Me and my girl, Sierra. Whoop, whoop.
We are badasses.
Yes, we are for sure. So it was so funny because
back.
Sierra and I were talking about the fact that, we're now a few weeks into this. And, we said that we're leaving no topic uncovered, and we're getting such great feedback and so appreciate you.
Yes,
And if anybody could write a review, whether you hear us on Spotify or Apple, that would be greatly appreciated. But in conversations, we talk about empowering women and entrepreneurship and owning your badass self and unapologetic. And we were like, shit, we never even told them what the hell we did for.
Do you know what you do? Do you know what I do?
Right. So because the fact that both Sierra and I share the passion of helping women, no matter where they are in whatever stage of their life. And I've shared for the last couple of years as I've rebranded and, reinvented myself over and over and over again. But I love sharing that I am Renee Carbone Fleming, and I unapologetically inspire moms over 40 to look and feel like $1 million freaking bucks, build their $100,000 fuck it fund, and unleash the inner badass queen. So boom, mic drop. That's how I roll. So that's my what do I do? And we'll get into the details. But Sierra, do you want to give them a little sneak peek of what you do? Who you are?
Well, I don't got the Renee swagger, but let me damn try, okay? Renee's got it down. I do this and I get the fuck up. I am a hot fucking mess who couldn't get her shit together, and this is what you get. No, truth be told, I'm still growing up. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still adding on things. And my number one passion is I have all boys, but helping women. Because being a boy mom in a world where you're just surrounded all around boys forever and ever, all day, every day, women just became a passion for me. I also have a really, really long backstory, which we'll talk about later, how I had a drug addict mother. And so it is women are everything to me. And so the fuck it fund, I just am going to steal from Renee because that is just a must. And just the reinvention part, holy crap, Renee, right? Sometimes you feel like you have to reinvent yourself all the time. Yeah. And that is my story, which we'll get into. But hopefully that introduction was good enough to keep you here and keep you listening, because it does get fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so the thing is I'll share my start, what I started doing and where I am now. And reinvention is so important because if we are staying stagnant, we're not moving anywhere. So we
only get one life.
Right. We constantly, and you say that's so true, because what somebody loves to do today may not be the same fucking thing that they love to do 5 years from now. Right. Amen. Or a year from now. And it's okay. In so many cases, people think that if you're doing something, it's a freaking life sentence. It's not. You can do whatever the fuck you want when you want. As long as you're kind, you're being nice to everyone, you're not being unscrupulous, do whatever the fuck you want. And as I started, again, you can go back on previous episodes. I'm not going to rehash why I got into it, except for the fact that it was a divorce. And so there was me, single mom, 2 kids, 12 and 9. I'm going, what the fuck am I going to do? No college degree. I had a great career in the business world prior to, without the college degree. But because I was just so damn good at what I did, I got promoted, went to new places, all that stuff. But being out of the field for years, I was like, how am I ever going to go back to a 6-figure income in corporate world when I don't have a college degree? So hard. I didn't want to go back to work for anyone. I really didn't want to go back to work full time. I wanted to be there with my kids. I wanted to be that stay-at-home mom, but I wanted something for myself, because I knew, child support isn't a career opportunity, right? That was going to take care of the kids, but I need to take care of me and grow retirement and all that. So I had I was helping my daughter's Christian school. Yes, I swear like a sailor, and yes, I am Catholic
I love
Christian.
God too, and
I love
he loves me.
exactly. So, but I have to like preface that because I am a lover of Jesus. So, but I had to like ask like what is it that I should be doing? And at the time, because I wanted to stay busy, I was helping my daughter's school put together a holiday fair, and I was looking for companies that would be reputable to join us. And at the time, I had started an online resale boutique. I thought I was going to do that because my daughter was in competitive dance and I was spending shitloads of money on costumes.
Mm.
And I'm like, all right, what if we just like, I created a business and we resell that and resell gowns and dresses and all of that stuff.
Mhm.
So I thought I was going to do that. Okay, fast forward, found a company, Swarovski. And I'm like,
Love it.
I love Swarovski. And I'm like,
I
we
want
use
it.
right? I want it. I love Swarovski jewelry, the figurine, all that stuff. We use Swarovski on dance clothes, competition, all that. So I was okay. I knew Swarovski. But what I didn't know is that they had a direct sales division. So that intrigued me. Anyway, invited there, had no interest in selling it, but in the back of my mind for a year, because I thought I was going to be like, going to do something else, have my boutique. I don't want to do direct sales. And but I kept on like, oh, I freaking love the jewelry. I fell in love with the jewelry. Just
Mhm.
gorgeous. Anyone knows Swarovski. If you're seeing me, if you're watching this podcast, you'll be able to see the beautiful sparkle. I blind people,
Yeah,
right?
he
But I
does. That's how I met her.
exactly. And I love the jewelry. So I built, and I don't mean for this all to be a long story, but you have to understand the journey. Over the course of 11 years. So I started in August of 2013 and quickly started building and sharing, became known as a Sparkle Queen. So I built my Sparkle Queen organization starting August of 2013, grew that to over, we've hit almost $13 million in sales over those 11 years. Yay, team. My organization is brilliant. Some people have gone, some people have stayed. It's an evolution. It's all
Or
good, right? I'm still there. And again, 11 years. Now, as I built up organizations and promoted leaders and done all of that, it's been a blessing. And I know that one of my passions is, like I said, help women build their fuck it fund. And I know, so I would get a lot of questions from other people, whether they're from Pampered Chef or they're from Monet, like any of the other companies. And so I was like, oh, people are asking for help. And I know that there are a lot of coaches out there, and I know that there's a lot of courses, and there's a lot. I've spent a ton of money learning. Some are really great, and some are shit. But I was like, I created my own. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to help people who want help. And so I branched and I created the Badass Queen coaching and training programs because I love that whole badass vibe, right? So now I do coaching, training. I've got courses, and I help other women, whatever network marketing, direct sales business they're in. Love that. I've now a personal branding strategist, certified in that. I have been saying for years, personal branding is the key. You are not what you sell. You are you. So that's a whole other conversation, which we'll get into. But that's the importance of being able to reinvent ourselves. And then as I am a more seasoned woman, right? I'll be 55 this year. I've always been cognizant of, really great skincare, makeup. I always like that whole look good, feel good. I don't exercise. I drink Cabernet. That's my exercise program. Okay. So, but I want to be able to like grow old gracefully. And people were posting about this, secretive product. People post those teaser things, like, I don't know. For me, I'm just like, tell me what the fuck it is, right?
because we've been in the industry for so long, we're like, "Don't mess with me, just tell me what this is, tell me what that is." Like, I've already done this.
Yes, exactly. I want to know, right? And you had said, hey, Renee, because you and I were connecting,
We
and
were. We
we
had
were,
connected for, like, I think, like, 6 months, and we just hadn't quite decided, and I just decided, not to do the jewelry route, but I had done this other thing, which you found out that I had done it, which you're gonna talk about, and it just kinda but I wasn't really doing it.
yeah, you weren't really doing it, but you were like, "Ooh, Renee, I think you're gonna like this," and connected me with the right people. And I did the investigating. I was like, "What is this?" And if you're on camera watching us, this right here
It
it
changed both of our lives,
changed
truthfully.
it.
My husband's life, like, dramatically, so
Unbelievable. We talk
mhm,
about age gracefully, like no shit. This is Bella Grace Elixir. I'm not
mhm,
going to be teasing you and saying, stay tuned or check the links. I'm going to tell you what it is, okay? Hopefully you contact Sierra or myself if you like us, okay? But I'm not going to hide anything. If you're like you two are, cuckoo and we don't want to do anything to do with you, then that's what it is. But we want to
right.
share this because it's really been a game changer. And even that word, sometimes I get a little like cringy because sometimes we hear,
Too
I know,
many, it's
too many,
overused,
right?
especially with influencers right now. It really
Yeah,
is an overused word, but and whenever you have a diamond, some people won't listen. They'll block it
yeah.
out before they take that leap of faith and say, "Let me really listen to this because I've heard this word before."
Yeah, exactly. And but you and I both know ourselves, our true selves. And there is no way, shape, or form we would ever be out there. Our reputations are on
Promoting
the line.
something
We
that
would
yeah,
never promote something that we don't truly love and that we
exactly,
haven't either seen the transformation from others or have
mm,
experienced ourselves. So
exactly.
I was very fortunate that I didn't have health issues, and knock on wood, thank you. I don't. But I found, and I've got pictures. If people want to see my before and afters, I have a freaking chin now. I didn't have a chin before.
I don't even have to get Botox.
No.
The girl who does my Botox always tells me, she goes, "Sierra, you have to come less and less." And my hairdresser does not know what to do with me because
Mhm.
she will cut 4 inches off, and every time I go back every 3 months, she's like, "How does your
Yep.
hair grow this much?"
Yep. I am every 4 weeks with my color touch up because of my grays. My hair is growing. Wispies. I've had little baby hairs growing.
Me
So
too.
all of this. And then when they came out with skincare, I was a skincare snob. So I would buy skincare from the spa. And I was the one like, here's my credit card, spent like a way too much money. So I'm always been skeptical. So that's the other thing I want everyone to know. I am very skeptical. So when people say game changer and you should try this, I'm like, bullshit.
Yes.
Until I saw enough people and I was like, "All right, let me try it myself." And I tried it myself and I absolutely love it. So, I wasn't expecting to add a network marketing business because I am building Touchstone Crystal by Swarovski. I have my coaching. I have branded swag, which you see here. If you love Sparkle Queen or Badass Queen, I got you covered there, okay? I put on a
We'll
hat.
come up with an unapologetically badass before y'all know it, don't worry.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, and then I, of course, okay, let me just backtrack. So I added Bella Grace and have been blessed to. I've been here for a year and a half, somewhere like that.
Mhm.
And I am building a phenomenal business. I am, a leader within Bella Grace. I've gone already on a all expense paid trip, an incentive trip, and I am on target to earn again the highest level for the incentive trip for our next one. So I work with incredible women and there's men as well, which is very cool. But I love the fact that okay, if you love this, or you love this, or you love this. Like, I have, here's a dessert tray. What would you like? Are you a cookie person? Are you a brownie person? Or you want the whole damn tray? So there's that. And then I am in the process of trademarking. So I have my trademark pending with Sparkle Queen and Badass Queen, which is why I have the swag and I'm building that and all sorts of great stuff. So my mind is always going. So when we talk about reinvention, it's, we have different things as we get season and experience in life. And, it's okay to want to share and want to do different things. So
And to
that,
do it so what some people would say later in life. And
yeah,
that is I think that's the thing because you only have been doing Bella Grace for a year and a half, and that was when you were what, 54?
yeah,
51?
53.
53. Okay, you know what I mean? So, like, it's never too early or late to just add
No.
something new to anything if you just have a passion for it.
Yep.
And I think that as we get older, physically, um, health-wise, like you said, Renee, she doesn't exercise. I'm a complete opposite. This is where her and I, we love each
Mhm.
other, but we really are like the same as one, but opposite in so much. I love to exercise.
Mhm.
I love it with a passion. It's like an adrenaline. I'm like a little adrenaline junkie whenever it comes to it.
Yeah.
So health is just so, so important to me. And of course, I'm the one having health issues. So just do what she does. No, I'm just joking. Um, so jumping into what was just in the beginning, a health company, and they knew they were going to go the beauty route, which you were just like, whoa, but it's never too early or too late. And I
Yeah.
just wanted to state that because I think that this is like a perfect time to just say that. It's like, Renee, you started these things 15 years ago, but you're still adding on things
Yeah.
15 years later into your 50s. You're still exploring more and more business opportunities. And I mean, this podcast is a business opportunity if
Right.
you guys look at it that way. That's why we're like, please do a review. No,
Yeah. Well,
if you love us, do a review. But it
exactly.
is, it's fun for us. It's exciting to be able to empower women and all the feedback we've got. But it is a step of faith for us. We have no effing idea what we're doing. We just hope to inspire some people. you know? Renee, are you there? Oh, I think she might have froze on my end. I'm not quite sure if she froze on that end. So maybe I'll give her a second and see if she comes back. But
Can you hear me?
maybe okay, now you're talking. Can you
Okay.
hear me all the time?
Yeah, I could hear you the whole time. So yes, that's the thing. I love technology, but so here's the thing. Like she said, we had no experience in podcasts, but we're like, we just want to help other women, and we decided to do a podcast. I'm 54, and this is what I wanted to do to help build this badass queen and sparkle queen brand and Sierra's brand. Like, we knew that we had something that we wanted to scream for our audience, because if we can do multiple streams of income, if we can do new things, so can you. And if
Absolutely.
we could be of resource to you, let us know, because we're doing the do, and that's the really important thing.
We are. We're doing it every day. Sometimes it just feels that way. You're like, oh, let me go, let me go, let me go.
Oh,
Oh, it's
but all of this, there are some days where we're just like, what the fuck am I doing?
how do I do this today?
I'm like, it's and there are moments. Believe me, ladies, there are moments where you're going to be like, that's it. I'm selling feet pics. I'm done. I'm out. Like,
Seriously.
right? There's all of that, but it is such an adrenaline. Your adrenaline rush comes from exercising. Mine comes from like, I am so freaking excited. I get to do this. Oh my God, I'm going to do this with this person. I get that. Like, that's my adrenaline rush. That's,
I do get that one too. I
yeah,
do get
I
that
know
one
you
too.
do. I know you do. That's a huge passion. That's my, I can't say my only, but that's my adrenaline rush. We can get into other adrenaline rushes.
Later. No, it's so fun. It's just so fun to just like explore new things all the time.
Yes.
But then to find that one thing that you just know you're 100% passionate about and you're just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what gets me going." And I'm kind of like in the stuck error where or era. Which one would it be? Not error because that's ERROR. Ignore that era. I am in the era of like I know this is the lane.
Yeah.
Now I have to get that engine going and I've got to get on those tracks and keep heading this way. And this is the lane that I fell into and that I fell in love with and this is where I want to go. But it's just getting those things to all work together. So how Renee shared how, she did this and then she decided to help on this and then she got started on this and then she decided to do this to help others to do this, to do that. And it all just kind of connected like a link.
Yeah.
Me personally, I haven't like connected my links. I still kind of have like these links laying around and it hasn't quite fell into place yet. And I know it will because I'm like, you could just feel that breakthrough. And I think for me, like whenever it talks about our journey, my journey has been so like, fuck yes, this is it. And then this is not it. Mine has been so different. I was in the army, and from the army, I had nothing. I knew nothing. I was a sergeant. That's it. And I had no idea, you guys, what being a sergeant really meant in the real world. Yes, I mentored, coached, and led a team of people. But I'm like, yeah, whenever I got pissed off, I told them to get down and give me 20, like that. I didn't realize everything that I learned would carry over into a real coaching and management type position. And I always remembered my dad selling something. And then he got us selling stuff. I mean, I did baseball cards for crying out loud, I mean, so it was like we were always selling stuff. And I just was like, it was natural. I was like, okay, well, now I have 3 kids. We have no income. I just got out of the military. There is no real transition for you, especially back then, pre 9/11, because I got out right at 9/11, you guys. I was pregnant with my 3rd one, and we had signed off airplane tickets and money for my other 2 kids to be shipped off while we went to Iraq. And I ended up pregnant. I don't even remember having sex, to be honest with you. I was like, how did this happen? here's this baby. So as a female, you have the choice to get out of the military. And so when I found out I was pregnant with him, he was my saving grace. It got me out of Iraq. And I appreciate and love everybody who went, but it was such a long process, especially for those of you that serve or know somebody who served and you were over there and over there and over there. God, thank you. Just thank you. That would have been me.
Yeah.
And so it was a godsend. I got to get out and then I found myself, like, what am I going to do? So I just went and started selling stuff, little door to door. And I didn't realize it, but I was so damn good at it.
Yeah.
So in less than 6 months, I was one of the top ones. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then stupid me, I got approached to run an area. And I thought it was like an independent area, but I'm grateful for the opportunity. I ended up going corporate for that direct selling company, which was beautiful, beautiful thing. And it was like the best 15 years of my life. It was absolutely one of the most beautiful, kindest, wonderful companies, and they are iconic. And I want them to survive because the day that they don't survive, it's going to hurt every other direct selling company. We have such a bad rap right now because of the influencer world. Direct sales was the first influencing world.
Mhm.
And you guys could quote me on that. If you are an influencer, you know what direct sales is. We've been doing it for 20 years, and a lot of you have just been doing it for a short amount of time. And it is not easy. And if everybody could be an influencer or a top leader like Renee, everybody would do it. But the
But
truth
everybody
is,
can. It's a matter of they don't put the do in to do it.
yes,
Right?
exactly.
They don't have the will. They have the
Because they
can.
realize like, oh, I've got to put some heart into this.
Yes.
Some people want things so instant, and that's not the way the real world works, guys. If you're in your midlife, which most of you who are listening, you are, real life does not work instantly.
Right.
You have to put the work in.
Mhm.
And, so I went back and forth a lot from corporate to independent. And I found this one company that I was so excited and in love with. And I knew it was my place. And I got to be independent and free. And I had time with my grandson. And my son moved back in with me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm making this much money. And the company closed. It was devastating. It was heartbreaking. And then now I'm in like this shifting mode of what am I going to do now? And back into corporate I go like a dumbass. And I say dumbass because it's just the worst decisions every time I did it. Not that my passion was there. And that's where I'm saying I have the lane of like my passion is to help people.
Yeah.
It's just not to work for somebody else.
Right.
And that is what I had to learn.
Mhm.
So I am now a year into working for myself again. I am 47 years old and I am trying to figure out working for myself. This is the lane I am sticking to.
Mhm.
And this is where the challenge of like getting those links going, because I know the lane I'm at. I'm a boutique owner. I sell anything and everything from perfume, skincare, everything. And I also, Bella Grace is part of my boutique.
Yeah.
A lot of estheticians, doctor offices, chiropractors, they are selling this Bella Grace in their offices.
Yeah.
And so for me, having a high-end boutique, it was a perfect in and just helping people to understand truly what it does from the inside out. I was like, okay, I want to stick to this lane. I just have to like get it going. And so like, getting those reels, getting those clothes, ordering the right amount,
Yeah.
promoting it, showing the videos, and then you're competing with the TikTok influencers because they're selling the same Judy Blue fucking jeans you are.
Yeah.
And you're like, shit,
Mhm.
and it's like, okay, I got a better discount. Come on over here. And that's what it feels like. So that is where I am navigating everything that I'm doing. It's just the reinvention piece is still happening for me. It's still like, you see Renee over there wearing her sparkle queen. I'm still trying to figure out like what queen am I?
You are a queen. You might not need a description. You're like the queen.
Yeah. And that's where I am. That is my
Yeah.
reinvention. That is my journey. And I love the path that I'm on. It is very one of those mental screwing things, but also because of the money. Let me just say that
Yeah.
it's because of the money. But never ever have I taken so many vacations. And I'm like, Sierra, you're doing way better than you've ever done with any corporate job. And you're over here stressing, and you stress in a very different way because the pressure is on you.
Yeah.
In a corporate job, yes, there is pressure on you, but there's other people helping you with take that load of that pressure off. In your own business, the pressure is all on you.
Mhm.
Right, Renee?
You've
It's
got to
something
be
you can't
very
hide.
thick-skinned, very thick-skinned to
Very.
be an entrepreneur because it's all us. And I
All
love
us.
it, but I do love it. And like you said,
Thank you.
right? So I can decide if I'm going to
Everything.
Sunday, if I can decide, if I want to take a week off, you can go on vacation. We don't have to say
Yeah.
like, oh, I have to put in my time to see whether or not fuck you. I can't do
No.
that shit. That's not for me anymore. I
No.
pray to God that this continues to grow in abundance and that we can help other people, because the idea of somebody being stuck, and that's
It
what I
it
never,
kills me.
right? It pains me when somebody's like, I'm stuck doing. We have choices.
Yeah, because we've been there. We've been there where we just feel just desperate and
Yep.
alone, and
Yep.
like there's nothing gonna get us out of this dark hole. And now I can spend all the time in the world with my grandson whenever I want, however I want. And I can just tell my husband, I want to go to Cancun next weekend. And I did that to him 3 times. And I went to Hawaii twice this year.
Yeah.
I mean, that freedom
Mhm.
is irreplaceable.
It is, and that's the
And
part
it
that's priceless
Yes,
because
and that removes that fear
yeah,
of what will my paycheck be this month? Well,
yep,
guess what? I'm gonna work my ass off to make it
right,
even bigger than it was last month, and that is the beauty of it.
absolutely, and we go back to the can and the will.
Yes.
Anyone can do this, but
Yes.
do they have the grit? Do they have the will to want to put the work in to do it? It's as
And
simple.
not everybody will. I mean,
And
a
not
lot of
everybody
you
will.
are, listening to us in the car right now, and you're driving home from your corporate job, and that is okay.
Yes, and
That is
absolutely. If
okay.
somebody
We
loves
love
that,
you.
yes, without a doubt. But for those that want additional revenues, additional streams, and have their own business, and we're not saying, Touchstone Crystal or Bella Grace is your end all be all. We get that. It might not be for
Absolutely.
you, right? But knowing that we also, both Sierra and I, have a resource besides my coaching, this influencing you. If you want to learn the ins and outs on being an influencer, because I don't care if you've got 10 followers or you've got 500 or you have 50,000. Imagine say you have 500 followers and you're like, I only have 500 followers. Like, who's going to buy whatever? Imagine you walked into a room with 500 people and they went, oh, look, and all eyes are on you.
Yes. Takes one.
Takes
One
one
post.
person,
One
right?
post.
One post, one whatever. So, but we have a platform with influencing you that teaches other people how to monetize their social media. And that's something that people have access to. They can learn from
Just so
TikTokers that
let's let everybody know that this is through Bella Grace, the same company that we're with our collagen elixir and our skincare company that we chose to be with. They have a platform that will teach you everything. I just want to make sure that it was clear, Renee, because we were kind of
yes,
like you and I were kind of so we're just too excited.
we really, I know, and I'm glad you clarified that because it's powered by Bella Grace, and they've partnered with influencers all over the globe. So if you are listening to us and you're in Italy, then guess what? You can learn in Italian. So it's global. It's launching in the US, Canada, and Australia in October this month, the month that we're in now. But it's a really cool thing because anyone can learn to monetize. Whether you're a grandma and you want to sell your sweet, blankets and hats online. You can learn how to use the tools and, learn at your own pace, which is really great. Everybody has influence. Everyone can monetize. Anyone can grow a extra stream of income as an entrepreneur if they so choose. I always love when I talk to clients and when I talk to people, asking them to write down the word MOLO, MOLO, and then write down what you want more of. What do you do in your life that you want more of, right? That the fundamental things that you do. For me, it's coaching, it's talking to women, it's inspiring them, it's motivating them, all of that stuff. And what do you want less of? The LO. And write those things down. And oftentimes you'll come up with where you want to grow. Oh, I love cooking. Well, that ain't me, but there are plenty of people that love that, right? I love takeout. I love ordering eats, right?
I love
There's
laying out by a pool or a
Yeah,
beach.
exactly. So, right. So we want more of that
Mhm.
and less of corporate, less of having somebody tell us what we do, tell us when we have to work, right? We want more of the freedom, and that led us into the entrepreneurial world. But people will be able to really monetize depending on what their passion is. So if they start there, it's a good place to begin.
I didn't even know what any of this was when I started TikTok. In 6 months, I just like blew up and went to 10,000 super fast, not real, just having so much fun in it, but I had no clue. And then I kept saying, you want to monetize? And I was like, oh, so then I just started seeing all these little checks come. And then it was like, then I went over to Facebook and I was getting like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. The only platform that I have not been able to master, God, I am working on it. I've been really, really like dedicated to it for the last 6 months. And I've grown 600 in the last 3 months is
Yeah.
Instagram. I hate that platform. It is so hard to grow. Nobody follows anybody there anymore. So if you're on Instagram, follow us. No, so but the monetization, I was like, oh, that's what this means.
Yeah.
Oh. That's
Yeah.
what this is. I get to create fun, silly videos and every now and then promote a couple of products. Like I just started doing makeup galore because that was what the company that I was with before.
Yeah.
And I had people telling me, "Oh my gosh, girl, like I have bought everything you've told me to buy." And I was like, "Really? Why? You're listening to me?"
Right.
But it works. It
It
does work.
really does. And it's the same thing if even for those that, weren't on social, didn't monetize, do anything. When you consider, say if somebody went to Nordstrom's, went to DSW, and they're like, I got this. Look at the, oh my God, this fan. This is the best fan because I could take it with me. I could do whatever. Now
Yep.
you can do the same thing to your friends and make money from it.
Well, and I always used to tell a story, and this is the biggest story is as a female, we are the best at that. Because think about it, if you go and you buy a pair of shoes and you got them for $10 and they're the hottest, cutest, freaking most amazing shoes, you're like on the phone, oh my God, Renee, guess what? I just got these shoes and I got them for $10 for on sales. You should go now before they run out. And then Renee goes and she gets her shoes and she calls JoJo. Oh my God, girl, Sierra told me, and I went and bought the shoes, and now they're only $10 and they only have two more left.
Yeah.
We are the freaking best at that. Like
Yeah.
that is our thing. And word of mouth, I think, was created from women. I really, really do. Hands
Yeah.
down, us women, we created it. It's our
Yeah.
thing. We're just going to own it. And so that's what being a part of a company that either you support and support to sell their items, or you sell the items and provide such a great customer care service that they want to go tell their friends to be a part of whatever it is that you're doing or selling, or you're online telling people this is the best thing since sliced cheese, which sliced cheese really, if it's only natural sliced cheese, I'm just saying like that other stuff not so good. But anyway, so this is the best thing, and they believe them,
Yeah.
right? Like it's just how it works. It's a beautiful thing if you allow that process to take place. And your journey doesn't ever have to be, like we need nurses and teachers, and we need firefighters and policemen, and we need people to be out there doing things in the world. You don't have to stop a full-time job to supplement your income. A fuck it fund, okay, for me personally, is having at least 6 months of my mortgage.
Mhm.
Okay. A fuck it fund also for me is to be able to pay my medical fucking,
Oh,
what is that thing called that we have to pay every year? God dang it. That thing, our principal, with your medical. And once you hit it, your deductible.
your deductible. Yes.
Ugh, I hate that.
I know.
So a fuck it fund, I have to have my deductible because within our age, like you never know when you're going to hit that deductible. I've hit it 3 years in a row now.
Mhm.
So like that deductible, I want to have that. So that fuck it fund isn't just all fun. And these are
Right.
things that even when I was working a full-time job, I needed to still have a fuck it fund. So under the table and low key, like I was still selling things to still build up while my income was taking care of those bills.
Yep.
And I think that I don't want our message to come across like, oh, quit your job and start something new. You got this, girl. Like that is not our message. Our message is that everybody needs a fuck it fund right now because our economy is straight screwed.
Yep.
And secondly, you do not have to be stuck.
Mhm.
You can do something else that gives you passion and love, and something that just fires you up
Yeah.
and just gives you the energy like no other to get you through the days of maybe that are not so great,
Yeah,
right?
without a doubt, without a doubt. And, you said that and that just hit me. The days that aren't so great. With me having what I love so much about network marketing and direct sales is having a community and
Yeah.
having women that, I directly work with and help them build their businesses.
Mhm.
There are days where, we struggle, and all women, we all have our
Oh,
stuff, right? And all men and women, but we all have our stuff. And there are certainly days where we just want to stay in bed with our head over the comfort over our head and not see anyone. But
yeah.
it is very so for those that go through hard times, I will share and scream till I am blue in the face. The best cure is helping somebody else.
It is.
It will help get you, it gives you a purpose. It gives you, so whether that's a business, it's an entrepreneur, or you're going and you're volunteering and you're doing something, but having a reason to help someone, a
Yeah.
plan to help someone will really help you through any of the stages of life for sure.
Oh my God, Renee, that like I'm gonna cry because I have to have surgery tomorrow, and I have no like my boys live near me,
Mhm.
my kids live with me, but they have their own lives. They're working and all that, and I don't want to add any additional stress to them. And my customers who just buy from me online, some of them have never even met me in person, are going to bring me meals.
Oh.
They put extra money into my account to support me through this. And it is just one of the most rewarding things because it's so stressful right at this moment because I won't be able to do things the way that I normally do for a week, right? I can't be invoicing, I can't be shipping, I can't be doing all that. I have to rest. So I really, really pushed myself to give me the time to rest. And they understood what I was doing and what I was going through. And that kind of love and support is above all.
Mhm.
You can't find that anywhere.
Yeah.
Um, and I just can't thank them enough. I mean, just absolutely incredible. And so I mean, those are the things that keep us going and keep us motivated and keep us inspired to keep doing what we're doing and know that we are in the right place, right?
Exactly, exactly. We love helping others, and if we could be of resource to anyone listening, please reach out to us because I think you've heard our passion, and I know for a fact everyone can feel the love that we have for what we do and for other
Yeah,
women. So,
me too. We love, and the true reward, like we always say that we always want to help other women. And I always find at the end of the day, it's always my soul
mhm.
that it's like there are so many good people out there
Yeah,
and they're so amazing and I would do anything for them. And that is just like, oh, that's that fire of like, God, I just love you. You're
yeah,
not my sister, but you're my sister,
yep,
right?
yep,
And that's how Renee and I are here at this
yeah,
very exact moment in this very exact time. And you listening to us at this very exact moment was not by accident. I
that's right.
just love it.
That's right. Oh, I love that. You gave me chills. You gave me chills. I love you, girl. I
Love
think that, I mean,
you.
there's no better way to end it. So thank you to everybody for listening. And again, if you enjoy what you hear, please write us a review. That would be so helpful. Follow us on social
Push
media.
all the buttons. I
Push
don't
all
know
the
what
buttons.
buttons you have to push, but push all the buttons.
Push all the buttons.
And
And
tune in next week.
exactly. There's going to be more week after week. And if there's a topic that you're like, oh, I want to hear these two, or your take on
Yes.
whatever topic, whether it's to help you build a business, it's, life, and whatever it is, we have
We
lots of
still are
ways.
gonna I mean, we still have one, like, coming up on divorce too, because we both
Oh,
have
yeah.
divorce stories too, and then there was another one. We have a couple of other guests that we
Yes,
have, and our politic one, you guys don't forget to tune in next week. I think it's next week. I'm
tomorrow.
having surgery tomorrow. Shit.
Well, no. So when this comes out, this is going to be already too late. But
Yeah, not tomorrow. 3 weeks ago, go back, rewind, and listen to our politic one if you haven't done it yet. But our upcoming ones are going to be like on divorce, and we have one like on sex, and maybe some Botox and pellets, and we have a spiritual one that we really want to talk
yeah.
about. We have one that we're trying to a young lady. She deals with PKTD, which is cyst on your kidneys. But we want to hear from you. And Renee, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you froze again.
Oh gosh, and I'm not freezing on my end. I don't know what's going.
Good. Hopefully nobody saw it.
Yeah, yeah, because then when people freeze, you always have that distorted face, like, ugh, That's
Right. Oh, that's
never cute. I'll have my assistant put a sticky face or
I
post-it
try to
note
keep my
on the
lips
screen.
together.
Mm. That's a smart move. See, now that's a hint. Thank you very much. I always end up having my mouth open. I don't know what it is.
Me too. It's because we're always talking. We can't shut
No.
up,
And I
which
think
leads us
because
to that we should shut up.
my lips are so big, I can't help it. It's hard. It's exercise. That I just
Your
keep my
lips are
mouth shut.
gorgeous. Your lips are gorgeous, by the way. And isn't her accent like the freaking best? Shut up. I love you.
Well, and I listen to your accent, you're like, y'all, and I go like, it's just adorable. Me, I'm a total. People think that I'm from New York, but I am a Rhode Islander. I live in Rhode Island. I had moved to Mass, but I'm back in Rhode Island. And Rhode Island, Long Island, we get the same kind of. But I think it's that a whole Italian,
I
Portuguese,
love it.
oh, is yeah,
It is. Do you say wash or wash?
wash.
Kinda like you kinda do it like the wash, but
Yeah,
not really like the
yeah.
wash.
And like, I'm outside. Well, outside. Like an hour and a half outside of Boston. But a lot of people say park the car in the garage.
Park. I fucking love you.
Park.
Park. Now I'm gonna catch on to that accent. So y'all have a really good day before it catches on.
That's
We
right.
love
That's
you.
right. Mwah. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone, and we shall see you soon.